Hey, it's Adam here. How you guys doing? We got Rome in the house. See, he's over there playing with his hot chocolate. And then we got Matthew in the house. These are my boys. We've been having a little bit of fun because, we can't take Rome outside past 85. I'd say 75, 80. And it kind of sucks during the, summer months. But, getting back to our story, we've had a lot of things happen to us. And, honestly, I think that we're stronger for the course, and there he is flexing his muscles for you. There's Matthew peeking over my shoulder. Whoa! And, one of the biggest things that we've had problems with is trying to get my son Rome here that's, making faces, the stuff he needs for, school or, everyday type of things because, as parents, we're our children's first teachers, we're their mentors, and, every step of the way, because of my son's issues, we've been fought every step. And, the only time that we're able to turn around and have our son, Rome, run around without a helmet on is when he's sitting on a bed. Because, the risk is way lower of him hitting his head and having a seizure. Well, as you see, he's a real live wire, and then, I would honestly have to say during this whole thing, with all the problems that Rome has, my number one person that I am a very big fan of is actually my son Matthew.
Yeah, boy.
This boy right here,
Yeah, boy.
he has been through everything with us, and he's stood beside his little brother through thick and thin, whether it's at school or at home, just making sure that, he's well protected and making sure that Rome doesn't hit his head or if he has a seizure and stuff. So pretty much what I'm going to say is I admire my son Matthew because he is a very strong young man, and I love him every bit of the way because he's one of my heroes. He helps me, he helps my wife, and he looks out for his younger brother. And, this last school year we had a little bit of issues with, the school and trying to, get to where Rome had everything that he needed for, his learning. And, basically, it doesn't matter what you do. Anything that you turn around and you try to give your children help, when it comes to schooling or whatever, all it comes down to is they'll take it in consideration.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether it's something that the parent wants for the child to try to help the child, or if it's, a government agency, or if it's a doctor or whatever. These are things that, we as parents and as the doctors, we tell people, whether it comes down to schools or even, places where, you have your child go for, health or, just taking them to like a play place.
Yeah.
You gotta explain to, people, hey, our child has this problem. If come down to it, this is how we've learned to deal with it. And a lot of the times, anymore, it's all about, wow, I'm going to considerate your feelings and take them for a grain of salt. Just throw them over my shoulder and let it go. Well, the reason why I started this video blog is because of the fact that when I was in school, it went from, teachers calling me retarded, which I hate that word, to, people picking on me because of the teachers. These days we got them little anti-bully movies, that are supposed to be a learning tool. But when they're played, it doesn't seem like, the people care enough, whether they're adult or they're children. What I'm going to say is that ultimately, as a parent, I don't care. I had my son Braden getting bullied at a school by a teacher. The teacher pulled him out into the hallway and straight out told him, I'm not going to give you the help that your parents think you need. Here's the thing, and the brass tacks is, if you're going into the profession to be a teacher, to be, whatever, you need to have enough heart, enough love, compassion, and drive to make sure that you are able to turn around and actually do something that will make an impression. I had one teacher in my whole life, back when I was in elementary school. She made the biggest impact in my life, and honestly, I thank God every day for that teacher, because she gave me the drive to turn around and want to learn. I've had people sit there and treat me like total crap, and I'm not going to stand there, and I'm not going to let my kids be treated like that. It's not going to happen. I am going to make sure that my children have it way better than I did, because that's a goal as a parent. What we're supposed to do is give our children better than what we had. Turn around and make sure that their life is everything that they think they need, as well as you making sure that your expectations aren't too high, but yet not too low. Give them your hard work and drive. The best person I ever learned things from was Robin Wells. I can't remember her, non-maiden name, but Robin Wells was my best teacher in my life. And still to this day, that teacher has pictures of me and some of my current friends sitting here doing stuff. That gives the fact that we're able to turn around and have our children get some of the better things in life just from simple things. The simplicity in life is what makes a world great. I'm going to be honest with you. Because of how I was treated when I was in school, I didn't even finish school. Okay? But I am working on trying to finish school, not just for myself, but for my children, to let them know that their dad doesn't give up. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to let somebody push my kids around, And I'm not going to turn around and be pushed around myself. I have a great love for many people. I have love for anybody that watches my videos. Even if they do or don't, I still have love for them. Because I hope that something that I say in my videos, that somebody's able to turn around and take a small piece of it and actually imply it in their life. Like I said, I don't claim to be the smartest man in the world. I don't claim to turn around and be the richest. But what makes me rich in my life is my family. And knowing the fact that my family, such as my children, my wife, my brother-in-law, my mom, like I have people that stand beside me to let me know, hey, you're doing great. And don't let anybody in this world tell you you're not. Like I was telling you, I was really badly treated in school. My son, Rome, my son, Matthew, my son, Braden, my daughter, Cynthia Rose Peterson, will not be treated like second-class citizens. I'm going to tell you that when it comes down to brass tacks, my kids are my babies, and I hope and pray for everybody out there that when you turn around and you look in the eyes of your child, that you understand that not letting things just lie and letting people push your kids around, push you around. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, honestly, I've had so many things go so wrong with it becoming a father. I'm going to tell you, I have my daughters with one woman, my son Matthew's with another, and my two sons, Rome and Braden, are with another woman. But I'm going to tell you, I do not love my children any differently. You can ask any of them, they will tell you, my dad loves me the same. And I will never lay down and let somebody treat me and treat my kids like crap. I ended up recently going to a meeting where the prior meeting, I got upset. I turned around and I ended up breaking my aluminum cheap Walmart cane. Mind you, I weigh close to 300 pounds. Them things ain't rated for, ooh, dang big fat. And me, I feel that, I'm big dang fat, okay? To a lot of people, I'm just a little fluffy, okay? There ain't nothing wrong with having a little extra weight behind you. I got upset because of the fact that, one, my child wasn't getting what he needed to turn around and be able to go on through school and get the best education that anybody could ever want their child to have. Because it doesn't matter whether you have $1 billion or you got 20 cents rubbing in your pocket. Your child should always come first. And when it comes to education, it's the most important. That way your child is able to be better than what you were. Because I have never met any parent to turn around and tell you, well, I just want my son or my daughter to be, okay. I really don't care if they get, 100% grades and stuff. I want them to turn around and, not make a lot of themselves. I don't quite get it. But what I'm going to tell you is, honestly, my kids, they get whatever I can give them. But my kids are so appreciative and happy with what they get. I make sure they have a roof over their head, food in their belly. I make sure that they got clothes on their back, and they have all the little toys I can give them. But none of that means anything if you don't have love. And I'll tell you right now, I love my children with all my heart. I'd give them my heart. But what I'm going to tell you is you know what? When it comes down to brass tacks, that meeting where I had broke my cane, I broke my cane over my stomach. It was one of them flimsy little Walmart canes where if a guy my size were to use it, you're lucky to get a month out of it. Okay, before the handle breaks and sends you flying into the vehicle or to a wall or something. But I'm going to tell you, I got a really, really cool cane. It's 1-inch stainless steel chain. We call it the chain cane, and I'm going to tell you, a gentleman that I consider as my brother made it for me, and I will always love and appreciate that man as my brother, just as well as my other brother, James. He's my blood brother, and I love him dearly. But one thing you need to understand is blood isn't always everything. You want to surround yourself with people that treat you good. Do you right. Do your family right. The meeting after I broke that cane,
that you took.
The next meeting, they ended up having a police officer at the meeting, supposedly for their safety. But the messed up thing is that police officer was a plainclothes police officer. The problem was with him is, here I am, a handicapped man, and I'm going to tell you, all you have to do is speed walk and I can't catch you. Shoot, you could probably walk normal and I couldn't catch you. Well, what I'm going to tell you is that cop continuously, like 6-7 times, kept on touching his gun, giving me the impression that he was there to shoot me. During the meeting, I said it like 4 or 5 times. What, do you have the cop here to shoot me in the head? Because he was being so abrasive, so mean. Heck, I had to walk down a hallway. Me being a handicapped man, I had to walk down a hallway, holding on to the wall because they said that my cane was a problem. I gave my cane up willingly because they said that it was a problem. Because of the fact that, one, that cop kept on touching his gun. Intimidation is one of the things that I've talked to you guys about in one of my prior videos. And I'm going to tell you, when you're intimidated, all you have is your cane, or, however you're able to walk, and you have somebody continuously touching a gun, sitting here saying, oh, well, your only means of conveyance besides grabbing onto a wall is threatening. I'm going to tell you, that right there to me is abuse. Abuse of a handicapped person. I wouldn't care if it was me or whoever. That is abuse. Making a person feel uncomfortable. Making a person have to grab onto a wall just to turn around and make them feel like crap because they can't walk like a normal person. I'm going to tell you, for me, I was afraid the fact that that cop was there to kill me. I was afraid that he was there to shoot me in my head just because I was trying to be there for my child. That's what all of it comes down to. I am a father that was abused by the people at this meeting. I can see the fact that a few people might have been a little, squeamish because I broke the cane over my stomach. But I broke it over myself, and then I walked away. That and the fact that aluminum, them hollow aluminum canes, you could probably fart and break the dang thing. What I'm going to tell you is if you honestly think that it's okay for people, no matter, what part of, your life they may be in, that people think that it's okay to intimidate and make a person feel like trash because the only way that they can convey themselves is by using a cane. Honestly, making them grab onto the wall and embarrassing me, making me feel like I'm a piece of crap. I want to know what your thought is on the fact of, a man sticking up for his child and being treated like crap, being embarrassed, being intimidated, and not being able to get anywhere with trying to help his child because he loves his child so much that he wants nothing but the best for all of his children. You tell me if you think that it's okay. Because honestly, I don't. And I'm going to tell you guys, I appreciate everybody that has ever watched my videos. But tell me if you think that my story, the little part of my story about me and my son being basically abused by the fact of my son not getting what he needs to do, what he needs to be able to do his stuff better, and the way they abused me, both mentally and physically. I can't even go to the place where the meeting was without worrying about if the cop's going to come around the corner and just shoot me. I don't know. I suffer from PTSD, clinic depression, severe depression with psychosis. I have a brain tumor. I have a bad spine. I can hardly even walk. My son has LGS. He has moderate autism and ADHD combined type. You guys tell me if you think that the abuse is okay. And once you tell me whether you think the abuse was okay, then I'll release and let you know where and who. I thank you. You have a wonderful day. And my family thanks you. Bye.